The medical establishment views the human body as a fluid, biochemical machine subject to random decay. The classified biophysics model operates on different rules. This biochemical model provides the justification for mandated pharmaceutical interventions. If the body is purely a series of chemical reactions, it requires external chemistry to function. The actual biological reality is an issue of electrical engineering. The human form is a highly advanced, macroscopic, solid-state quantum optical resonator. In this model, disease is a precise mechanical failure, a localized loss of cellular voltage, and a drop in vibrational amplitude. Healing is the thermodynamic reversal of cellular entropy, using raw ambient electromagnetism and acoustic resonance to recharge the system. To actively retune your physiology, we must audit cellular batteries, trace planetary frequency entrainment, and map the exact environmental protocols. The human biological form operates as a highly sensitive transceiver, meticulously engineered to receive and broadcast specific electromagnetic frequencies. In the 1920s, Russian engineer Georges Lakovski mathematically demonstrated that every living biological cell acts as a microscopic, tunable radio transceiver. This schematic strips cellular anatomy down to a literal electrical circuit diagram. The highly coiled tubular filaments of the DNA double helix function as the circuit's inductor. The insulating space of the cell membrane acts as the dielectric capacitor. Together, they form what electrical engineers call an LC circuit, possessing a natural resting potential between -40 and -80 millivolts. Biological decay has an exact mechanical definition. When a cell is exposed to toxic environments or acoustic dissonance, its dielectric capacitance degrades. Its voltage drops from a healthy baseline towards zero, causing its oscillation rhythm to visibly fracture. You cannot repair a depleted battery by poisoning it with chemicals. You have to recharge it wirelessly using sympathetic resonance. The physics are straightforward. If you place two tuning forks calibrated to the exact same frequency in a room and strike one, the acoustic energy traveling through the air will cause the second fork to naturally begin vibrating. Lakovski applied this physical law to human biology. He secured a U.S. patent for a multi-wave oscillator, a device equipped with a specialized spiral antenna designed to broadcast a massive spectrum of high-frequency electromagnetic waves. Because every organ oscillates at a different wavelength, the broad broadcast ensures that every weakened cell naturally absorbs its exact specific missing frequency, forcing its voltage back to a healthy baseline. True cellular healing is an act of electrical engineering. Dissonant pathogens are simply overwhelmed and destroyed by the restored electrical dominance of healthy tissue. Your body's trillions of microscopic cellular antennas do not operate in a vacuum. They require a master planetary carrier wave to synchronize and maintain systemic coherence. The space between the surface of the Earth and the ionosphere, roughly 60 kilometers up, forms a massive spherical resonant cavity. 50 to 100 times a second, global lightning strikes violently discharge energy into this atmosphere, causing the cavity to ring like a massive bell. This diagram shows a cross-section of the Earth and the ionosphere. The planetary hum creates a stable standing wave inside this cavity. First predicted by Winfried Otto Schumann, this fundamental frequency locks in at exactly 7.83 Hz. That specific number is a biophysical necessity. When we overlay human EEG data onto this planetary standing wave, 7.83 Hz falls precisely on the boundary between human theta and alpha brainwaves, the neurological states associated with deep healing, intuition, and cellular repair. During the early days of the space program, astronauts shielded from this planetary signal suffered severe physiological malfunction, emotional distress, and disrupted circadian rhythms. NASA had to install frequency generators to replicate the Earth's natural pulse and stabilize their crews. The body receives this signal through its primary biological generator, the heart. The human heart sends far more electrical information up to the brain than the brain sends down to the heart. The adaptability and resilience of this nervous system are measured by heart rate variability, or HRV. A healthy heart constantly and subtly varies its rhythm. Recent global magnetometer studies, including landmark research from the HeartMath Institute, prove that human HRV measurably synchronizes and entrains in real time to the Earth's 7.83 Hz Schumann resonance. This entrainment creates a high vagal tone. It physically overrides the sympathetic fight or flight stress response, forcing the body into a regenerative rest and digest state. Human biology is an open-loop circuit. Removing the body from the planetary broadcast or flooding it with artificial electromagnetic smog directly jams our biological antenna. If the body is an antenna, the operator must actively tune their physical environment to clear the surrounding static and receive that precise 7.83 Hz signal. The first physical requirement is earthing. By placing bare feet directly on raw ground, you complete a physical electrical circuit, allowing chaotic static charge to instantly dissipate into the earth. The audio environment must be similarly controlled. This requires isolated headphones delivering pure instrumental sine waves, specifically tuned to alpha or theta binaural beats or solfeggio frequencies. This cymatics visualization demonstrates the physical impact of sound. On the left side, the global tuning standard of 440 Hz creates a chaotic, asymmetrical pattern in sand. In biology, this dissonant frequency acts as a localized irritant that stimulates the brain's fear center. On the right side, the tuning standard of 432 Hz generates a perfectly symmetrical, stable honeycomb pattern. This specific mathematical frequency is scientifically observed to promote left and right brain synchronization and induce cellular coherence. You can generate these coherent frequencies manually using a crystal singing bowl. This is a portable, handheld version of ancient monolithic resonance technology. The physics are precise. The bowl is spun from pure, high-heat quartz. When struck with a mallet, the piezoelectric properties of the crystal convert that mechanical pressure into a highly coherent, single-frequency acoustic and electromagnetic field. Ancient cultures achieved these exact same psychoactive, low-frequency standing waves using organic, portable tools, preserving the physics for tens of thousands of years in instruments like the Australian didgeridoo and the Native American bull rower. When executing these audio protocols, safety parameters are absolute. If you experience sudden dizziness, panic, or overwhelm, your biofeedback system is signaling active decoherence. You must immediately abort the audio and physically ground your body. Achieving systemic health requires you to stop treating your environment as empty space and start treating it as a programmable acoustic and electromagnetic forge. The full bioelectrical cascade moves from the macro environment down to the microscopic core. It begins when a coherent acoustic wave, generated by a tool like a crystal bowl, enters the human ear. This acoustic pressure acts as a tuning dial, physically entraining the brainwaves and shifting neurological activity down into the 7.83 Hz alpha and theta boundary. This flowchart maps the internal signal cascade. The synchronized brain signals the heart, generating a powerful toroidal magnetic field. This systemic heart coherence acts as a wireless charger, flooding cellular LC circuits and restoring their optimal negative 70 mV resting potential. As the cell reaches absolute quantum coherence, the tightly wound DNA double helix is forced to physically uncoil, releasing a sudden, synchronized emission of pure light. These are phase-locked biophotons. This light-based internet serves as the primary medium of cellular communication, allowing the system to repair double-strand DNA breaks and purge toxins. By restoring this foundational informational blueprint, the body effectively halts the thermodynamic process of cellular decay. Belief, intention, and frequency are verifiable biological inputs capable of reprogramming genetic source code in real time. Systemic health results from tuning the divine hardware to the harmonious frequencies of the universe, bypassing the limitations of purely biochemical interventions.